Hey everyone, welcome in to a daily editorial here on the KE Report. I'm kicking off this week's daily editorials with a company update, kind of a company introduction here to Gold Corp, traded on the TSX Venture Exchange under the symbol WGO and on the OTC under the symbol WHGOF. I'm chatting with the CEO, David D'Onofrio. Now, just to get everybody up to speed, White Gold is focused in the Yukon. The company holds about 30 properties. However, this year there is a much more focused drill program following up on three major, new discoveries from some of the drilling that happened last year. Now, David, we're not going to get into all the projects because really what's going to drive the stock this year is the drilling that you have planned. Let's start off with a target that a lot of people have been talking about. This is the Ryan Surprise target. Some of the drill results from last year yielded a little over 20 grams per ton gold over about 6 meters. This Ryan Surprise is on the Golden Saddle project, which already has a little over a 1.5 million ounce gold deposit. Give us a little background on this Ryan Surprise discovery and the work that's going to be done this year.
Thanks. Great to be here. It's a very exciting new discovery. We first tapped into it in 2018 with some RC drilling, and we had some pretty interesting intercepts. And we followed up with just a couple of diamond holes actually last year to sort of test out some revised interpretations we had. And both of those came back very interesting with some nice zones of mineralization. And, our focus in the last couple of years has been to grow our Golden Saddle deposit, not by sort of conservatively with small step outs to delineate type thing. We're a junior. We're looking to add substantial upside or show the visibility for substantial upside and getting the most bang for our buck. So what we've been doing is testing these new targets within a short radius from our flagship deposit. And the Ryan Surprise was our first instance of some good success in doing that. So we think that this has a possibility to be immediately accretive in terms of adding ounces to that project. As you mentioned, that's at around 1.5 million ounces right now. And the Ryan Surprise also about 10 kilometers south of another little deposit that we acquired in 2019 called the VG, and that's 250,000 ounces, and that's only had very limited drilling. So it's the best place to find ore is near mines or near discoveries, and we're certainly seeing it in the Ryan Surprise, certainly in the right neck of the woods. We hope that can add to our current total resources of about 1.78 million ounces.
So what type of drilling, how many meters do you have a vision for the Ryan Surprise target?
So we're going to take a bit of a phased approach with that. So we're going to start with a 1,500 meter diamond drill program, and that should kick off in a few weeks, early August. And in addition to that, we're also going to do some RAB drilling on other targets that are similar to the Ryan Surprise, up and down the trend, which hosts the Ryan Surprise. And that'll be another, call it 1,500 meters of RAB drilling. And, from that point in time, because, we have a few projects on the go, as you mentioned, we have the flexibility to focus in one area, move to another area, wait for the results. And then, if they're prospective and they look good, we can come follow up. So that type of approach, I think it really helps manage capital well, and it allows for your best chances of success and productivity with your drill programs.
All right, now how about the Titan discovery? The Titan is on this Hen property, which is, I believe, adjacent to the Ryan Surprise target. So the Titan, the Titan discovery on the, the Titan discovery on the Hen property. I believe this is pretty much adjacent, all these projects are very close together. The recent drill results from the Titan discovery, almost 73 grams per ton gold over a little over 9 meters. What more information can you give us on this Titan discovery, please?
Yeah, you're right. So these all, that one is quite close to the JP Ross and not too far from our Golden Saddle. And it's on our Hen property, which is, known also as the Henderson Creek District. And this was another very rich, prolific, and still is to this day, placer mining area. And what's particular, so this was a brand new discovery in 2019, and really is a poster child of the white gold model. We have this incredible land package, and such a prospective district with a history of rich placer mining, but it has never seen any modern day exploration. So we started and approached it with our protocol, starting with the soil sampling, which proved prospective, and we pulled a soil sample of 100,000 parts per billion last year, and that is by orders of magnitude larger than any soil sample result we've gotten before. That was followed up with a trench program, again, which had multiple occurrences of high-grade gold, visible gold as well. And we were able to get a couple of RAB holes in last year, right at the end of the season, and had some of these high-grade results that you'd mentioned. So the plan is this year, now that it's checked all the boxes, it's definitely a candidate for diamond drilling. We are going to diamond drill diamond drill for the first time ever, 1,500 meters on this property this season. That'll start in a few weeks, but before that, we're actually going to do some more RAB drilling there to kind of follow up on what we saw last year and scout out some of the other magnetic anomalies on the property. And then from there, pending the results, we'll be able to hopefully follow up with even more diamond drilling later in the season.
All right, let's also talk about this Vertigo discovery. This is on the J.P. Ross property. Results have seen a little over 23 grams per ton gold, over 24 meters. How did this Vertigo discovery come about, and what's the work planned?
So the Vertigo discovery is on our J.P. Ross program. We tapped into that initially also in 2018. And did quite a bit of drilling last year as a follow-up. So what we found is some, continued existence of very high grades, multiple structures. From what we've seen so far, it actually looks pretty complex, which can be a good thing when you have a gold system like that. And there's a number of other targets along that trend, which is about 15 kilometers now. And so what we thought would make sense is because, the Yukon, especially in this area, there's so little overburden. So trenching is particularly very effective. We're going to start by doing a very detailed trenching program to really get some insight into the structural controls around the mineralization that we're seeing. And that's going to be a complement to some detailed structural interpretation we've done over the winter. So we think the next best step to give us the information we want to be able to have a best chance of success to drill it is let's do the trench work. So I think we're going to start with trenching, and then later in the season follow that up with drilling once we have the different visibility on the structural controls.
Oh, when do you envision to be able to start that trenching work?
The trenching is starting now. It's ongoing. We kicked off our program a couple of weeks ago, and that was part of the first phase of work here.
So it really sounds like Vertigo and the Titan discovery, you're really just trying to get a handle on how big these deposits or these discoveries could be, right? This year's program, it's following up on high grade, but also just getting a better understanding of what is in the ground.
Yeah, you're exactly right. These are new discoveries. Not much is known. So, we're, first time ever, really kind of drilling into them. So this is, the very exciting part of exploration where, the first group to ever tap into something and, try to get a handle on what the prospectivity is. So, that's exactly right. And, very exciting for us.
Let's talk about cash in the bank, too, because the company did actually fairly recently raise some money from some big shareholders. Eric Sprott took a position. Where does the company stand when it comes to their finances?
So we're in a pretty good position. We have about $9 million in the treasury right now. Our budget, or at least the sort of first phase of our budget that we have planned is $4 million. And we've given ourselves room and capital availability and time sort of at the end of this budget to follow up with more work as warranted. So yeah, it was great to have Eric Sprott join our company as a big shareholder, and then the other participants in the financing, as you mentioned, were our two largest shareholders, which are Kinross and Agnico. They maintain their pro rata interest in the company, along with a couple of insiders, et cetera, that also participated.
Okay, so that's important to note is that you guys have 9 million in the bank, but this first stage is just 4 million. So it is important to get the work underway as soon as you can because of the limited drill season so that you can increase your program. In terms of potentially increasing your program, is that simply just going to be following up on whatever results you get and maybe expanding on some of the higher grade results from the drilling that you have already planned?
Yeah, you're exactly right. That's how it would play out for sure.
All right. Well, David, we're going to wrap it up there. Just trying to highlight really what's going to drive the stock this year when it comes to exploration drilling and following up on some of these recent discoveries. If anybody has any follow-up questions, I know a lot of our listeners are already following along with this story. So if you want us to go into any more depth on any of the projects, any of these past discoveries, please email me, fleck@kereport.com. I'll bring David back on the show. We'll follow up on some news and get your questions answered. David, thanks for your time today.
Thanks so much. Appreciate it.